The biggest advantage of portable monitors is that all you need is one cable and the monitor and the source console, and you are good to go to have some great experience anywhere you want, even somewhere in a forest. You don't need to plug anything into the wall. So here we are on the table. Here is my Odin 2 with one cable plugged in, and I'm plugging it into the monitor to see if it works, if we can enjoy our game on the big screen. Yeah, and it looks like we can indeed. The volume is really low, but as you can see, I can play the game absolutely fine. But as you can see, it wants to protect us. The brightness is not on the max level. That means it wants to extend the battery life, because now everything is powered from the Odin 2, and I'm not sure how long you're gonna be able to enjoy it, you know. So if you want to have proper experience, you need to plug in at least something like a power bank, which I'm doing right now. Is it gonna help? Yeah, as you can see, the brightness is max and even volume is a bit louder. Not much, but bit. Now, yeah, this is much more enjoyable. This monitor is 2K resolution, so I could still like upscale, but you can just go as much as the, you know, device is gonna allow you. So, the monitor I'm using is made by Uperfect. It has 18 inches, 2K resolution and 144 Hz refresh rate. It's pretty decent, as long as the brightness is on the max. It comes inside a protective case that also serves as a stand. But there is also a VESA mount at the back of the device. Inside the box there is a power supply, 2 USB-C to USB-C cables, and 1 HDMI to mini HDMI. There are only 4 ports on the device, 2 USB-Cs, 1 mini HDMI, 1 headphone jack, which is needed, and this pulley button that controls the display menu if you want to adjust brightness, volume, etc. This display was provided for review, huge thanks to the company, but obviously I'm saying whatever I want. And I'm saying I have few gripes with it, but we'll get to it later. So let's try it out. You can see the full specifications on the screen right now if you are into them. I'm more into seeing it performing in real life. First, I'm plugging it into PlayStation TV, aka PS Vita without screen, buttons and battery. It works as intended. I cannot really show you much because I've only hacked it, haven't installed any games. But this setup is completely portable or not dependent from the mains power, cause both the monitor and the PSTV can be powered by the power banks. So this is like your ultimate PlayStation Vita XL experience in the forest. Now let's try it with the Switch. That would be great use case scenario. Unfortunately, it doesn't work only with one cable. You gotta plug in the power too. And not just power bank, cause even with that one, it was cutting me off all the time. I had to plug it into the wall with the adapter they have provided. Then it was working very good. The colors on the display look nice, I like them. Display is very thin, but it still weighs around 1 kilogram. Because it is 18 inches wide, which is quite big, I would say 15 inches is like a sweet middle ground, at least for me. The frame and the body is made out of some thin metal. It is not aluminium, but it is cold to the touch. So it should provide at least some structural integrity to the device. Now let's plug it into this mini PC. I was plugging it into HDMI. I was also trying with the USB-C, but it didn't really work. Not sure why, because this mini PC is able to output four displays. Two HDMIs and 2 USB-Cs. First, I was trying it when the display was plugged into the power bank. It was not working, but when I plugged into the wall or into the PC's USB port, it was working great. In the settings, it showed up as RTK QHD HDR with a resolution of 2560 by 1600, and I was able to set refresh rate up to 120 Hz. I have launched Spider-Man Remastered, and the experience was amazing. The colors, the refresh rate. I'd rather put it down to 1080p because I wasn't sure if the mini PC is gonna handle it, but it did handle it and it did a great job. I was surprised. New Spider-Man is very pretty game in terms of graphics, and this portable display did a great job of showing up all the little details. In case you have laptop or even desktop with monitor, this portable monitor can be used as a secondary display, which I'm showcasing right now. My laptop screen compared to this portable display is very weak, as you can see with your own eyes. It is almost incomparable. My laptop colors are really washed out and it didn't really reproduce the colors properly. This portable monitor does a way better job. Here I'm comparing GTA San Andreas side by side, and it is again like a night and day difference. Next, I was also comparing to my 12-inch Blackview Tab 18. This was way better comparison. It was very close and I honestly couldn't really pick a winner. You be the judge. On the tablet, I believe I had like the vivid mode turned on, so the colors looked more vibrant. Display was all at default settings, but there are also plenty toggles to play with. Brightness, contrast, sharpness, DCR, color temperature, hue, saturation, low blue light filter, FreeSync. Then you can also change language, HDR, display ratio. This display is 16 by 10, so if you're gonna be playing 16 by 9 games, there's gonna be like a bars at the top and bottom. You control all the settings with this pulley button. It goes up and down, and you can also press it. Overall, I think there is a lot of room for customizability in here. With Odin 2, this display was working fine even with single cable. Then I plugged in power bank to get the full brightness, but I didn't really understand why sometimes it was working absolutely fine, but the other time it was connecting me and disconnecting constantly, even though I was using exactly the same setup and the same power bank and the same cables. I don't get it. While power shortages cause a restart or flicker connect an external... Fucking I connected it and... I think it was happening because there is just not enough power in the power bank. It can fast charge my phone, but it's quite old. You can see the specs in here. I was also trying it with this large one, 20,000. This is 10,000, but this is even older one. Max output is 2.1 amps. You can see the specs also in here, but there were no difference in either of those. They were both cutting off the power, you know. It was connecting and disconnecting. I think if you would use proper power bank, new power bank that can fast charge your Steam Deck, that one should deliver enough power, but I don't have one, so I couldn't really test it out. Okay, now wrap it up. What I like. I like the colors, I like the display quality, I like the refresh rate, I like the thin light body. There is also matte finish on the display, which reduces the reflections. What I don't like, I don't really like the size. It is too big for me. But they also offer smaller sizes on their website. Check it out down below. I also don't like the speakers. They are very weak, so you either need to use headphones or some speaker. Luckily it also has headphone jack, so there are some options in here. But I still don't understand how my phone can be so much more louder than this full display. How is it even possible? The speakers in the phone are also so tiny, but it sounds so much better. Last thing I don't like is the price, of course. They are selling it for $280, which is kinda high in my opinion. Yes, it has 18 inches, QHD resolution and 144 Hz, but it is missing touchscreen and internal battery. I mean, this display is good. I would say too good for me, also too good for my power bank. The last portable display I was checking out was 1080p and 15 inches, but my power bank didn't have any issues at all with that. So, in the end, it kinda depends what you wanna use it for. You wanna go in a forest with it, or you wanna use it at a hotel room, or you wanna use it at home as a primary or secondary display. I mean, as long as it is plugged in, it's okay. Maybe with the proper bank, it would be also okay. So just keep that in mind. Other than that, not a bad display, not bad at all. I like it. I'm sure you're gonna see it more in upcoming videos. Stay tuned, subscribe to not miss out. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Thanks to members and Patreons for support. Čago belo, šilenci. Yeah, the colors are nice. I like them. try to unplug it from the source. HDMI disconnected, HDMI connected, HDMI disconnected.